Hey guys, I am back today with another review of one of my favorite brands, Bellroy. Today I'm going to review a bag that I have had on constant rotation for about a year now. I use this bag when, I want a bit of more of an elevated feel, when I'm going to coffee shops, when I'm just going about my daily business. This bag has been fantastic. Of course, I'm talking about the Bellroy 26 liter Venture Travel Bag. It is the best feeling bag that I have ever used, and I constantly find myself wishing that the other bags that are in my rotation just felt as good as this bag. Part of the reason it feels so good is just the materials that they use, the zippers that they use. If you've ever used like a Bellroy bag before, you know that they have a lot of attention to detail, and this just feels like they took all of their attention to detail and made it so much just smoother and elevated. If you've ever used their Venture Ready Pack, this guy right here, then you will be very familiar with the layout, but the Venture Ready travel bag has a lot of surprises in store, and the materials just feel so much better. Like, you'll notice this zipper is like kind of a challenge to open, whereas this zipper is just so buttery smooth. It's like the difference in quality is amazing, and they took a formula that already worked and just they upgraded it to the max. Let's get into this bag and let me show you why this has been my daily carry for so long. So this bag weighs in at around 2.5 pounds. It's a 26 liter bag, and it's a full clamshell opening, which means you can open it right up just like this. And you'll see there's, some little marks and scuffs here just from daily use. I love the inner lining that they use, the material. I love how light it is, but it will pick up a little bit of dirt. Now, I've never even cleaned this, and for a year of using this bag, just to have a few scuffs really isn't like the worst thing in the world. But it is something to note. If you're going to use this as an outdoor bag, it might get dirty pretty fast. I typically try to take care of this bag when I'm out, and if I'm going into like a rugged condition, I'll usually, leave this bag at home and take something that's going to be a bit more, up for that challenge. Even though this bag is totally designed to withstand the outdoors and stuff, I just think it's so premium and so nice. I don't really want to get it dirty and destroy it. This will fit a 16-inch MacBook in this slot right here. While we're at this laptop sleeve, I do want to talk about just how beautiful this choice of material is. Like this little highlighted, it's almost like a hard, rigid kind of thing that just divides it. It feels so good every time I'm like taking my MacBook in or out. It just adds like kind of a flair to it with this like layered kind of look right here. I just think it looks so nice and pretty, and it's fantastic to use. There's a sleeve right here that will fit a 12-inch like M2 iPad Pro, and that's normally what I'll keep in there. You'll see right here there are some straps just to like compress. I find myself pretty much never using this. Sometimes I will use this just to keep something like a jacket from getting in the way of my other stuff. But for the most part, this kind of just stays flush there, but it doesn't bother me. I never find myself wishing it wasn't there. And it's kind of a cool little way to elevate this bag. It is marketed as a travel bag. However, this size for me is just way too small for travel. I am not like an advanced one bag travel guy, because normally when I'm traveling for work, and I got to bring camera equipment along and a bunch of other equipment too. So this for me, 26 liters is actually just a great size for daily carry. Now that might be a little bit of a big size for some of you, but for me, this doesn't feel like a big bag at all. This feels very compact and sleek, and that's kind of what I want in a everyday carry bag. So right here, you'll see this cool little zipper pull, and this is where I keep just like an everyday camera. I have the Fuji X106 here. This guy's been pretty nifty. Just like if I want to snap a quick photo of something and I don't feel like bringing my full rig along, I'll usually either bring this or I have a Lumix S9 that I've been kind of trying out a little bit more, and then a Sony a7C II. And if I put a pancake lens on that, then it would kind of fit more into something like this. But if I'm going somewhere and I'm not really taking it too seriously, this has kind of just been like an easy thing to keep along, and it fits perfectly in this little thing right here. And it doesn't feel like it's, you know, gonna get damaged too much or whatever, depending on what I have loaded in the bag. Now, if it is one of those days where either I'm doing like a lot of you know, putting my bag down and picking it up, and I have a bunch of stuff in there, because this mesh is so thin, and I love this mesh, but it's not protective at all. I just have this like little leather bag with cinch straps that I will put the X106 in, and I'll just keep it in the bag loosey-goosey, and that's worked fine. For the most part, I think having this little side access here, it works really well. On this other side, right here, you have a water bottle pocket that you can see kind of extends into the bag a little bit. I'm just keeping a standard Yeti in here. This one's pretty cool. It has my production company's logo on it, and then my music project's logo on there as well. And if you guys ever listen to the music that I have in most of these videos, it's actually all pretty much original music or remixes. Anyway, so this is great, and it just fits right in there. This doesn't fit the biggest water bottles in the world. This does have a little bit of space extra, and you might be able to fit like a small tripod. For example, one of the more popular mini tripods right now is this Mantis Pod by PGY Tech. This would fit perfectly in there if you wanted to, you know, have just like a little camera kit out of it. I will say I haven't found this to be the best, you know, compact camera bag. It's nice to carry around like a small little camera, but for the most part, I have bags that I would rather use for cameras. This is more just like an everyday carry bag. So I'm gonna pack this. I'm gonna throw this MacBook right in there. I'm gonna throw my my iPad Pro right in there, and you can get a feel for how much space you kind of lose in here. It does eat into the bag a bit, but you still have enough space to maybe carry a like a jacket or some headphones. And I'll finish packing this out, you know, in a little bit and see what else we can fit there. But before I do that, I want to bring your attention to these pockets right here along this clamshell. These are great for just like things like cables. I'll usually keep like a bigger USB-C cable down here. Up here, I keep my my Nomad 100-watt flat charger, as well as a MagSafe charger for my MacBook, and like a little USB-C for a hard drive. The cool thing that you'll find in this pocket that you won't find in this bag, the same little orange material that separates the laptop from my iPad is found up here, and there's kind of like a secret pocket almost, and it has RFID protection. So this is great for like a passport. Often I'll just keep like extra cash back here, like a few extra 20s. That way, like if I'm ever in a position where I need cash, I don't always keep cash on me, like in my pocket or in my wallet. Then this is fantastic for that. And then I always have a little, you know, backup reserve. But I will put all of these cables in the front part, and that part just kind of fades away and is non-existent until you need it, which is kind of a theme with this bag. And you'll see as we get to one of the more notable features with this bag, there are some little secret hidden things in here that are really cool. One of those things being this little tag right here is actually a little pocket for an air tag. So it blends in with like the tag. And a lot of people wouldn't think to look there unless they know Bellroy bags, because Bellroy does this with the majority of their bags now. I think it's pretty cool, and it keeps me from needing to have the air tag like loose in a pocket or anything, which I absolutely hate when a bag makes me do that. So this is a really great solution to that. Okay, now let me bring you to the front of this pack. The front of this pack has this little pocket up here, which is kind of like a brain pocket. You can see in this pocket, it's really easy to just throw things. Like I just have like a full-size cologne bottle in here, 100 milliliters, that fits right in there. I have pins. I have a knife. there's like a nice stretchy pocket right here where you can put anything that hangs loose, like a multi-tool or maybe a charger or some sunglasses. Yeah, it's nice and wide and open and decently organized, but not like overdone to the point where there's like a pocket for everything and it just becomes too cramped. The depth is also pretty nice. It extends pretty far down. So like you have just this jumble of space, and I've never found myself like having too little space up here. I've never like filled it to the brim, but a lot of this stuff does kind of ride loose. So you have to, you know, remember what you have in there and kind of dig around for it a little bit sometimes, which hasn't been a huge deal for me. Just the way I use it, I'm not really carrying all that much in here. And normally if I have something small, I'm like, I gotta get rid of this, get it out of my hands. It's just easy to throw it in there. I'm not dealing with a bunch of other zippers or anything. So that's like the main spot to put pretty much all of your like little doodads that you use throughout the day, besides your keys. And that's because there is a side access pocket right here that unzips, and it's not very deep. In here, I literally just carry like this little adapter thing. I don't even know why I have that in there. And there's a key leash on here that you can attach like your keys to. I keep all my keys on a dongle, so I don't really use this, but let me know if you guys use this type of thing. I don't really ever find it to be that valuable. But I will throw my keys in this pocket. It's great to be able to swing it around and access my keys when I'm getting to my car or to my door. So one of the other things that you'll see about this bag is it has latch points all along here. And I just have like a little a carabiner with some paracord on it, just kind of like a little dangly thing. But the actual good reason to have these is because there is one more super secret pocket which lives right under the brain pocket. If you check this, there's a little zipper right here, and you can pull out this really neat little tote bag. Not only could this be used as a shoulder bag, but if you look at these little rings right here, this will actually attach to the back of the bag, and then you get an extra 15 liters of space in this little nifty tote bag. That turns this bag from a 26 liter bag into a 41 liter bag, which is just like kind of a crazy concept. And this little tote bag is made out of a really nice lightweight ripstop material. It has the same kind of zipper pull that you would expect to find on a bag's quality. I will note that this is not a PU coated zipper. This is just like a regular zipper, so everything in here isn't necessarily going to be protected from weather, which is important to note, because if it's on the outside of the bag, it could get a little damp, it could get a little wet. I would think that you would mainly be wanting to keep maybe like clothes or something in here. I do think it's like a really cool idea to just have a little space like that. So like when you're out and about and you're like, oh man, I wish I just had a little bit of extra space to carry something. Like, you have it all the time and it's built into the bag, and you can deploy it and then carry it hands-free. That being said, in the year that I have owned this bag, I have never once pulled this out. So that brings up the question, like, is it a gimmick or is it useful? Despite me not using it in the entire year that I've owned this bag, I do think that this is a super useful thing to have. And I have other similar tote bags. Eno makes like a really great packable tote bag, and sometimes I'll carry that around in here. Part of the reason I haven't used it is I don't always have the need to carry like large things on the back of my bag because I'm using it as everyday carry. So the times that I want to use like an Eno tote bag are like if I'm going grocery shopping or something, and I don't necessarily want to take out my nice Belroy tote bag that goes with this bag perfectly. I've been kind of afraid to use it in a way. I know it's so like nifty and I don't want to ruin this, so I haven't tested this out very much. If you guys had this feature in your bag, would you guys be using it all the time? Like, let me know. But for me, it hasn't played a huge part in why I love this bag. But that just goes to show I still carry this bag around every day, and it's still my favorite bag. This is just like an added thing in there. And honestly, if you wanted to put something else in this pocket, like your passport or something, this zipper does not come unzipped easily, and no one would ever in a million years guess that there's a zipper in there. Like, they could be looking through your bag for ages and ages, and a thief would never think to look up there, even though it's back access. For me, that's almost a safer place for my passport. But I think my use case for this might change. I haven't taken this bag to Thailand a lot. I kind of frequent Thailand, but this has not been a bag that's made it over there with me. And I think if I were over there, oftentimes I'm going to like 7-Elevens or, small markets. I don't want to take a bunch of stuff with me in terms of like tote bags and stuff. And I don't always know when I'm going to go. So this might be nice to have when I get into that scenario. But where I live now, I just don't find myself accidentally running into scenarios where I need more space. Now, just when you think I'm finished with this bag, one of my favorite parts of this bag is the little crossbody sling that they made to go with it that blends perfectly with the aesthetic. I love it so much that it has become inseparable from this bag, but I don't use it as a sling anymore. I've tried it as a sling, but I find in airports they often want you to just have two like bags, like a carry-on and a personal bag, and a sling will count as an extra one. So what I have ended up doing is just turning this into like a computer accessory case. You'll see it has the same PU coating that this bag has. The back is the same material as the sides of this bag, and it just feels so premium, and I love that it goes perfectly with this bag. There's a little back access pocket right here, and right now I just have this little 1 terabyte mini SD card that goes into the SD card slot of my MacBook and adds an extra terabyte of storage there. This is kind of nifty. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about those, but it sits flush so you don't have an SD card sticking out, and just adds a quick extra terabyte of storage. When I open this up, I'm greeted with that same like hard divider that's like right here, so I could put like an iPad mini right there. Right now I just have a USB-C dongle that has some adapters. I have like a lightning charger, and then this is such a pleasant pocket. It's magnetic. Oh, I love that snap. Like, it's just so satisfying. And this is supposed to fit a passport, and it's RFID blocking, so you could have your passport right in there. It has a couple of pin slots. I keep an SD card adapter in here, so I can plug that into my iPad and edit photos on there. And then I keep like a bunch of external SSDs. Now, this has been such a great addition to this bag, and it makes me want to use it even more. When I did use it as a crossbody, I did love it. It was great having all my stuff there. It sits like nice and flush to your body. But I think the big use case for this is actually just as like a little tech pouch. And it's so slim and so small. And you'll see what I end up doing here is I can just fit it in there. And then like all my stuff is just ready to go. It's just great when everything feels the same. When it's like the same tactile experience, and front to back, this bag and that accessory just feel amazing to use. Every day I'm like excited to use it. It's noticeably great. So I'm gonna try something out real quick. I'm just gonna like pack this bag out. We already got this MacBook, the iPad. I have my X106 camera in there. I have this tech pouch. I have a water bottle. I have some cables. So I'm gonna zip this up kind of halfway. I don't normally open it full clamshell style. I like to have just like that top opening. So in here, I'll put like a puffy. This is a Ibex merino wool filled puffy. The only one in the market that I found that's filled with merino wool. I love this jacket so much. It's not cheap, but it's lasted me a couple years, and it's so nice. It never smells because of the merino wool. I've only had to wash it once. I've taken it backpacking on the AT. I've taken it really like all over the United States. I've taken it on tour, and it has just held up so well, and it fits so small. The thing about puffies, the warmth that you get for the small package size is second to none. I mean, it packs down so small, you can see it barely takes up that much room. The last thing that I would put in the main compartment probably be some headphones. I have the Focal Batiste right here. Just pop those in, zip it up, and then boom, it's packed out. That's about as full as that compartment can get. All right, next I want to pack out this brain pocket. So I already have some cologne, and pins and stuff in there, a knife. Lately, I've been bringing around this little device called a HiChord. I make music, and I make music a lot on the road. And this device basically lets you play things with this joystick and these 7 like keyboard buttons. You can attenuate like the different types of chords that you're playing. So if I want like major or minor, I'll switch the direction of the joystick that I'm playing. I can select keys that I'm in and all of that, and I'll do like a little review of this thing all on its own. But this thing has been like super fun and super cool just to experiment with and have on the road as like a portable MIDI device, and I haven't found anything this small that packs as much of a punch. So this, like, I'll put straight into this pocket. The other thing, I always travel with some sunglasses. The downside of this bag is there isn't like a dedicated sunglasses pocket. Never had my sunglasses break by putting it in here. But sometimes I do wish that there was like a dedicated protected sunglasses pocket, but there just really isn't. The last thing, there's still like a wallet. I have a Pioneer travel wallet right here. I've taken this thing to Thailand, and it is great because it actually fits the Thai bills, unlike a lot of wallets on the market. They're just meant for American bills, but this is like tall enough to actually fit Thai bills. And normally when I'm over there, I'm not using a lot of cards. I'm mainly just using cash, or there's like a phone scan system that you can use with a Thai bank account. And yeah, this wallet's just been great. It's made out of a nice ripstop material. It feels like it's going to last a lifetime. I will note that in the 2 years I've had it, this little bit right here has kind of started to pop up a little bit. But for the most part, it's held up and it's good, and I can just toss it right in here. And then the last thing I'd probably toss in here would be like some keys, and then I'd be good to go. This is what it ends up looking like on my back. And this is fully packed out. So I will say the bag actually like feels a lot closer to your body and slimmer when it's like not packed out. But it's so comfortable to wear. There's no waist or like hip belt or anything like that. It's just the sternum strap. But even now with it fully packed out and pretty heavy, like I don't feel like I need that. It sits so nicely on your back. And when I first bought it, I actually had to contact customer service because I wasn't sure if this was like a feature or if it was warped. But the entire like back of the bag, when it's like not packed out, kind of curves a little bit, and it's like rigid, and you can almost like snap it. And I was worried that that was a design flaw, but they told me that that's actually just what makes it like contour to your back. And as I've worn this is genuinely like one of the most comfortable bags that I've ever carried. I could carry this thing for days, and it's not because it's like super padded or anything. It just hugs your back really, really well. And for the days that you don't want to carry it when you're traveling, it does have like a nice luggage pass-through. I mean, I feel like every bag should have that these days. If you don't have a luggage pass-through, what are you doing? Really, that kind of sums up everything that I love about this bag, from the materials to just the ease of use for everyday carry objects. Like, it's so good. And most of the time, I'm not going to pack it out as heavy as I'm packing this out. Like I said, I've never used the extension on it, but if you wanted to use this and take this to the airport, and have like a one bag travel type thing with that extra thing on it, maybe all your clothes are in there or something, and you just have this carrying your tech stuff, like it would work. It would work pretty well, I think. I mean, most travel bags are between 30 to 40 liters anyway, so that gives you so much extra space. And yeah, so in my opinion, this really is the best bag that Bellroy has ever made. Like, I'll come out and say it. I have a lot of Bellroy products, and this to me feels like the highest quality. It's like they put all of their love and attention into this bag, and I really, really, really appreciate that. Anyway, that concludes my whole review on this bag. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this review, please consider subscribing. It would help me immensely. I want to keep talking about this gear with you guys, and I look forward to the next review, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again. Have a nice day.